Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Cinderella. Cinderella is a well-known fairy tale from around the world. In fact, there are over 500 versions from every culture and time period. In these stories, a heroine, typically a young girl, is treated badly by her stepfamily. Cinderella is helped by a magical protector so that she can attend a party and meet her Prince Charming, where they live happily ever after.
In Cinderella, illustrated by Nonny Hogrogian, she illustrates the Brothers Grimm fairy tale. Just like other Cinderella stories, there is a young girl who rises from rags to riches. Hogrogian's tale has a twist, though. It is the darker, scarier version of this normally happy tale.
Her stepsisters and stepmom force Cinderella to clean all day, and at night she must sleep in the ashes. This is where Cinderella got her name. Her father, however, does nothing to prevent the bad things her stepmother and stepsisters do. Cinderella's mother died when she was younger, and after her death she embodies a dove and hazel tree, which becomes Cinderella's magical protection. They help her become her true self and fall in love with the handsome prince, who marries Cinderella. At the end of the story, the stepsisters become blind for the evil doing.
This book is described as a luminous picture book. This favorite heroine has never been lovelier, nor have dove and hazel tree been more satisfactory instruments of enchantment. In other words, it provides a contrast to the overall dark tone of the story. Cinderella is shown as pale and youthful, wearing light colors, surrounded by nature. This shows her simple and natural beauty, something her stepsisters do not have. She is often alone throughout the book, emphasizing that she is an outcast in her family. Her stepsisters, on the other hand, are wearing bolder clothing, surrounded by mirrors symbolizing their vanity.
When Cinderella's father goes on a business trip, he asks his daughters what they want to bring back. The stepsisters are greedy and want fine clothing and jewelry, when all Cinderella wants is a hazel twig to put on her mother's grave, to show that she remembers her mother and loves her. This juxtaposition draws a distinct line between the goodness of Cinderella and the evil of the stepsisters. Another contrast is Cinderella being shown as feminine and dainty, while her stepsisters are shown as more masculine and bold.
The recurring hazel tree and dove assist Cinderella throughout the fairy tale. The dove even leads the prince to finding his true love, Cinderella. When Cinderella planted the hazel twig at her mother's grave, it grew with Cinderella's own tears as its nourishment. Both of these symbolize Cinderella's mother, who before she died, promised her that if she was good, she would always be there to protect her. They become the magical component who transforms Cinderella's raggedy clothing into the beautiful garment.
Consistent with Hogrogian's favorite media, the border in this illustration has woodcut elements. It is thick and blocky, emphasizing the medieval feeling, which was the time of Brother Grimm's. The border frames Cinderella in a protective fashion, protecting her innocence, youth, and beauty from the harsh outside world. The center illustration is watercolor. It portrays a softer illustration which emphasizes Cinderella's soft demeanor along with her beauty and youthfulness.
The point of view of Cinderella is third person, similar of all fairy tales, and each picture in the book is painted as if it was seen by an outside observer. The image is separate from any text. In fact, text only appears on the bottom of the previous page, truly attracting your eye to the image.
This dress is made of pearls and sparkles from the precious stones. The pearls are considered precious and magical within the story. Hogrogian chose to make the dress glow and sparkle to relate to popular depictions of Cinderella and accentuate her princess-like persona. As your eyes go down the dress, the background gets simpler and the gown's details become more focused. This gives good movement when looking at the detail of the picture. Movement is also used to show her innocence by having the leaves at the top cloud her face and hair. How is Cinderella's goodness and innocence evident?
Cinderella's innocence and goodness is seen throughout the story, which assists her throughout the adventure. Her stepfamily's wickedness is what gets them into big trouble. Her stepmother and stepsisters even try to trick the prince by cutting off their toes and heel in order to fit into the golden slipper. Despite the story's darkness, Cinderella is always seen as a soft, light, pure figure, a positive contrast to the otherwise dark story. The moral is to always be good and good things will come.
All of Hogrogian's works contain a heroine or hero who is seen in softer garments, whereas the villain is portrayed in bold, harsh hues. And Cinderella, who looks more like a princess and why? Hogrogian was born into an Armenian family whose culture has influenced her interest in darker fairy tales. For this reason, she chose the Brother Grimm version of Cinderella to illustrate. She particularly enjoyed the use of the dove, which symbolizes goodness, and the hazel tree, which symbolizes protection. Many of her other stories are Brother Grimm tales as well.
You can find Nonny Hogrogian's illustration in the Mazza Museum, located on the University of Findlay's campus in Findlay, Ohio. It is located in the Gardner Fine Arts Pavilion, where it is the largest collection of children's illustrations. Currently, the Mazza Museum is home to over 8,000 pieces of art. For more information, be sure to visit the Mazza Museum, open 12 to 5 Wednesday through Friday and 1 to 4 Sundays.
Cinderella, Cinderella, night and day it's Cinderella. Make the fire, fix the breakfast, wash the dishes.